Can have in a straight stretch we can have up to 120 kilometers and above.
120?
Yeah. The design speeds are usually from 90 onwards. So you can have up to even 140 kilometers per hour in a straight. And we can have the same speed for meter gauge with this type of material we have, provided it's in a straight. And that means they should not be very nearby stopping points. If the stopping points are near each other, then you cannot go at a very high speed because you need to stop, brake and stop immediately. So it doesn't stop immediately like a car, so you have to make sure you have a longer stopping distance. So you cannot have higher speeds. Like now the meter gauge, if we are looking at passenger movement from Kampala to Mukono, you cannot have very high speeds, maybe 140, because you need to stop after every, say, 5 kilometers. So you move at a speed of, say, 40, 60, 90. So you have to keep your speed low because you have to consider that stopping distance. But if it is in a straight and we are working with cargo or passenger in a long distance, you can go up to 140, 120 without any disturbance. This compared to meter gauge, depending on the straightness of the line, if it is straight they can operate at the same speeds. The major difference is on the loading. This one can take more load compared to the meter. Yeah. Because of its wideness, you can as well apply a bigger load and it moves stably without swaying and derailing off. Yeah. This is our meter gauge. This is our standard gauge. This is a demo for standard gauge line. So you see the only difference between standard gauge and meter gauge is on the width between the rails. To change for the slippers, as you can see on this slipper, it's longer than the one which is taking just one meter. This is about 2-point-something meters compared to the other one which is 1.7 meter long. So you find the cost will change, the cost for the slipper will change based on the fact that you need to accommodate 3 rails I mean. That one is accommodating 2 rails, this is accommodating 3 rails.
Could you be having figures of the prices?
For the prices, a slipper for the meter gauge, how do I convert that to shillings? We have about
even if you give them dollars,
200 and something euros, I think, if I'm not mistaken, including all the fitting. In other countries, you find the standard gauge and meter gauge, or for example, this is standard and Iberian. It's being used in Spain, and they work so well because you have locomotives or trains running on the standard gauge, and then you have those that are running on the other gauge, Iberian gauge. So they move as long as you say this train is going maybe at this time, you schedule them to move. Once you schedule them, then you will not have any collisions or something. So they can all work on the same line. So having a double line is feasible and it's cost effective. When it comes to, say, you're compensating people for land and maybe doing other construction adjustments on the line.